ரொம்ப நன்றி. இதுக்கு வந்து நான் தமிழில் தான் பதில் சொல்லணும்னு ஆசைப்படுறேன். ஆனால் அந்த படம் பல மொழியில் ரிலீஸ் ஆகிறதுனால ஆங்கிலத்தில் பேச வேண்டிய கட்டாயம்.
Can we get the sound up, please?
Anyway, so முதல்ல இந்த மாதிரி கதாபாத்திரங்கள் கிடைக்கிறது ரொம்ப கஷ்டம். இந்த மேடையில் வந்து நம்ம ஒவ்வொருத்தரை ப்ரேஸ் பண்ணி நம்ம எப்படி வேலை செஞ்சோம் என்ன பண்ணோம் அப்படிங்கிறது வந்து இப்போ எனக்கு தெரிஞ்ச டைம் இல்லை. படம் ரிலீஸ் ஆனப்பறம் நம்ம வெற்றி விழும்போது பேசுவோம். இதுதான் நான் நம்புகிற ஒரு ஃபிலாசபி. அதனால் what I wanted to say is that after so many years in the industry, it becomes really difficult to get sure about the character you're playing. There is only one way to assure that it doesn't have a false note. And that is, and I'm going to explain this a little bit, which is, we have a bandwidth in which we show our emotions in society. That's, from being a father to a son or a daughter or a husband or an actor or a celebrity. It's a bandwidth that you're projecting to the society. But on either side of that, there is another internal self, where if you get challenged in your life or if you get immense amount of success, you dip into those emotions which are not normally shown to public. When you do a movie like this, when you see a character like this, you can fearlessly go into that zone and bring out that real part of you to the character. So if I'm putting a little bit of Madhavan into Sara, then there's very little chances that it will go wrong. It might not go extremely right, but it will definitely not go wrong because there is a great amount of reality in that, and honestly, a truth that is true to me. And so that way it becomes easy to transcend the emotions during the performance.
Fantastic.
It's sorry. அந்த கமிட்மெண்ட்ங்கிறது கூட நம்ம சொல்லி ஆகணும். ஏன்னா அது ரொம்ப this is a film that dwells on a lot of realism. Okay, so when you see a cricket match, it shouldn't look like what is cringe-worthy shown in cricket on screen before. So the amount of hard work that Shashi has put in to try to make sure that it looks like a TV show and it's not distracting from the cricket match, because it's an essential part of the film. Similarly, Siddharth had to be in that look for about 1 year so that he can play and learn cricket. So it is ஒரு எக்ஸ்ட்ரீம் அமௌண்ட் ஆஃப் டெடிகேஷனோட இந்த படத்தை பண்ணியிருக்காங்க. அதனால் இப்போ நம்ம அவ்வளோவா சொல்ல விரும்பல. படம் பார்த்தப்பறம்
No, I was about to finish this. மேடி பாருங்க கரெக்டாக அந்த பாயிண்ட் நான் விட்டுற போகிறேன்னு சொல்லிட்டு சித்தார்த். See, the thing is, the second part is the authenticity of the characters who are playing cricket.
ஆவலி மேகங்கள் மொய்யும் வானிலை.
That's actually, it's a very good question. And it was quite challenging, I'm not going to lie. And the first time Shashi had sent me the script, I remember I think I told you this the very first time I called you up. Towards the end, I was actually standing up and reading it because it was so intense. The words were literally jumping out. And then I remember it's not just the characters. I remember coming back from New York, and I'd made it, I think, to maybe the last couple of days of shoot. And I hadn't seen anything, but Sid was like, "You have a big job." I was like, okay. And already the characters were so complex. The nuances, what they're going through, all the gray areas. It was so nuanced. And then I saw the first cut and I was like, well, oh my God, I have a big job. Because all of them have absolutely killed it and breathed in so much life to these characters who until then I had just seen through Sashi's words and vision. So it was not easy because there's so many tender moments where you see the humanity of people just come through. And we are all, that's the common denominator, right? We are this whole lived human condition of our struggles and what to do and what not to do. And sometimes what not to do defines us more, I would think. And I think all these characters are living, breathing totems of just that.
So நீங்க இசை அமைக்கும் போது கூட what not to do அப்படின ஃபர்ஸ்ட் முடிவு எடுத்துட்டீங்களா? And then what to do அப்படிங்கறது நீங்க
in fact that's பண்ணீங்களா? Actually yes, நிறைய வாட்டி நாங்க மியூசிக்காக மீட் பண்ணும்போது And one of the most beautiful things I remember during a table read session that Sashi had said, first room first sonara, he was like, we are all filmmakers, our medium is
Now you can speak.
this is good.
Perfect.
Okay, great. So one of the first things that Sashi had mentioned was we are all filmmakers, our medium is different. And he imagined whether it's the DOP or the sound designer or the music, like every department or every vertical to like kind of amplify this storytelling. And I think that was such a beautiful vision to have, and I feel like his creative vision was incredible. So many times in our discussions, it was also like what not to do was a huge part. And I think it kept bringing us closer to what actually is the fabric and the color of this film through
Fabulous.
sound and through music.
Fabulous.